Hey everyone, and welcome back to my Fortnite. So I thought I'd show you guys a game that I have been playing a little bit lately. It's Fortnite Tycoon 2. Um, it's actually really easy, pretty simple, um, just something fun. If you play with other people, might be mindful they do like to run around and kill you a lot. Um, Aside from that, it's pretty simple. You start here at this loading screen. If you play private, you can speed it up so it goes to the next spot. And right away, you automatically get free XP. So if you're needing to grind for some XP, this might be a good one for you to jump into. But yeah, nothing else here is really interactive except for that XP and being able to get on here. Um, so far, they've gotten themselves pretty well up here. But there's that for anyone who might want to look through it. And we'll be getting started here soon. As you guys can see, the thing on the left is the butterfly, that is rebirths. And so far I have 50. This is probably a decently easy rebirth. You can build things up and grow all the way up to the top level. Oh yeah, that's the maze up there. Um, but I usually just do the shortcut while I'm trying to get my rebirths built up. Right here, one thing to make sure is make sure that if you do get rebirths, you do claim this, because if you were to exit out, it's going to not give you a second chance. I don't know if that's a glitch in the game, but that is how it is. So we'll go over here, we'll collect the money that's already been generated, and we'll go ahead and pop these two. And then we'll run back. We're close to 500, or let's go ahead and get that one going. Then you can select Season 3, Season 4, and Season 6, and kind of have them getting built here in front of you. And as you can see, all the little people dropping on the map. It's kind of cute. But yeah, so we'll unlock the llama, and this is basically where if you're trying to go fast, this is where you're going to spend a lot of your time. If you're trying to go fast, there is an AFK area, but I really don't use it that much. So I prefer to sit here and just get extra XP by hitting this. Which it's not generating right now, it's not showing it, but typically I can generate a decent amount of XP from here. Next thing is unlocking that. So you have your first two generators unlocked. This right here is not a generator, but it's a part of the map sequence and all that other stuff, and it kind of helps you count up to where you need to get. Now, in the end, this is where you need to get to, is 15 million people. So on the left, you can see I'm just shy of 3,000 right now. So, and this one is the player generator, which that's the money that you're trying to get to is, or the numbers you're trying to get to. You're going to have multiple servers right here that you're going to have to unlock. So it's easier if you unlock the carpet there. I'm going to change this to my color. Alright, so the next thing we'll need is 3,000 for that. Don't mind my voice going in and out. I'm having some really bad sinus issues still. Wish I could figure out what's wrong with me. But, so yeah, you really, again, you can unlock this AFK zone, but you don't need to. You can unlock anything here, but you really don't need to. The biggest thing is your money generators, like this. you want to unlock, because again, I don't know why it's not kicking up the XP, but usually I'm gaining XP while doing this. And it's usually a decent amount. So I can usually have my 3 dailies done within mere minutes of being on this game, because this usually generates a good amount of XP, and then once you get up to the rebirth, you're definitely done with your dailies. If you're not, the game's not working right, and you probably need to let them know. But see, we got up to 9,000 there. Let's get this. Alright, now we're gonna skip around. We're gonna hit this one, and then we're gonna hit that one. And the reason we hit that one is because we're gonna go on the other side, and you don't unlock the carpet on the second level until you're done with these 3 things. This is the first one, and then you have number 2 and number 3. And they're pretty simple to unlock. I usually start off with 114k, and I'll run back and forth a couple of times. So let me go ahead and get that done real quick. Now, if you're playing with other people who are coming to attack you, obviously you're going to have to get the laser and the glass and try and protect your building a little bit more, but I prefer to play private if I can. Some days, if I'm in the mood, I will play with other people, but it just kind of depends on my mood. So, okay, I've got those 3 unlocked. The next thing that we need to focus on is we have to unlock this now. So we'll go ahead and we'll collect that. And then we're going to unlock this. Then the next 2 that we need to unlock is this one, which is the wall. And now we need 50k for the next floor. And this will be the last floor that we unlock, trying to do the whole speed rush. Because if you're just going for the simple, rebirths, levels, stuff like that, you really don't need to unlock everything else. Now, you can for the extra XP and stuff like that, if that's something that you really need. Woo, I almost bumped that button, and we don't need to hit that button. The only thing we need to do is there's going to be 3 generators that are going to pop up here for money. You want to get those unlocked. Once you get those unlocked and everything else, it'll be easier for you to get these servers unlocked. Now this is going to go, I think it's 12,000, 45, I want to say 105,000, 220, 480, and 975. 1,000. So 975,000, that is. And then you'll have one that's like 1.5 mil, but you usually don't need to get to it. And that's just updating all of the servers. So yeah, that was a decent generation there. Let's go ahead and get the next couple unlocked really quick. Now, because there's a lot of running around, I would recommend, personally, that if you can get the first 2 generators up top unlocked at one time, it makes the third one go a little bit faster, because the first 2 are 45,000 and 105,000. But the third one is 380. So it's kind of a decent sized jump there and a decent amount. So I always try and get myself to about 150k before I go to unlock the first two. Oh, look, popped up to 160, and then that'll make it even more than plenty. And then you would just run up the stairs here and do that. See, the next one's 380. There are other money generators over here, so if you do decide to continue on and grow the building and do everything else, there's one that starts off at 390, and I believe the rest of them are about 680, 680,000, somewhere around there. Well, somewhere. Okay, so there's a 12, there's a 45. Let's go ahead and get to that 380 number there. This is taking me a little bit longer than normal just because I've stopped a few times. But it would normally typically go faster. It all just kind of depends. Also on if you have people playing with you or not, because if they're constantly killing you, then it makes it harder. But again, everybody has their own playing style. Everyone has their own way to do things. That's why whenever I'm trying to actually get to a goal, I focus on it. So another thing, while you're waiting for money to generate and stuff like that, you could have it generate on its own. But you can, I usually start here where it kind of is right next to the U shape. And you start here, and you've got little XP things. For the most part, you can make it pretty fast. Now, you do get a car if you unlock the garage. I don't always unlock it. If I'm going for the speed, rebirths, and trying to get my rebirth numbers up there, I usually don't do the excess if I don't need to. Just because sometimes it can take a while. But this gives you a decent amount of extra XP. And that's not like in-game XP, that's actual regular XP, as you guys know. And those things regenerate too. So if you're playing with other people and whatnot, as you can see, that one's already regenerated. These are the all-time leaderboards, the rebirths, and it does show, and this is also all-time for how many people you've gotten. That's a decent amount. I, of course, am nowhere near any of that. And there will be a live event coming soon for this. I don't know much about it. So it's just something to see in the future. Oop, I did not mean to hit that. Alright, so now that we've got the last money generator up top done, and we ran around a little bit, I can come in here and unlock those two. And should be able to... almost. Okay, got that little bonus. Now we'll go unlock the 480. And all that's left is the 975,001 Again, you can unlock these other areas if you want to. Like, here's the AFK spot. And of course, it's one of those ones that you have to dance to earn money. You can pretty much use any of your emotes, but you can't face yourself. It's kind of weird. If you try to move yourself or maneuver, or I mean, you could face yourself just like this perfectly. You do that, and they turn sideways. I don't know why, but I it's probably just something that was skipped or missed. But you do get all these extra little things here, and you can also put statues up, and they're kind of cute. So this one, I like to do the silly dance pose just because. And then you have another way to earn a little bit of money too if you have someone running around constantly killing you. Something you can kind of have a little extra of. And you also get an arsenal room. I'm not going to unlock that right now, right this second. I'll lock it here in a little bit. But so you'll get a handful of weapons, and then after 45 minutes of play, you also get a vault that opens up um, to be able to let you do things and kill people. Now, another thing is you do have an achievements thing that is here now, and of course, I'm right there. So I would do that. It doesn't even sit directly on the head. You can't look at yourself with it on either. But, so that's there, and yeah. And then you also have this little butterfly that you can get, which is showing that you've rebirthed. It's kind of like a little crystallized thing. Looks kind of cute. But that's just stuff that if you wanted to, you could do that. But then here would be your garage. I'll go ahead and pop this one really quick. So you'll have all these things to unlock. Now there is a slight glitch. If you try to do the rooftop and the car at the same time, the car will get flung up into the air and land on top of the garage and not stay inside the garage. So there's that, but it's still fun. Alright, let's go see how much money I have now. We're almost there. Usually once we hit the 975 mark for the people generator, is what I say. Once we hit that, usually you can just go stand over by your spot and get your rebirths pretty much instantaneously. Well, almost. I guess it kind of just depends on how fast you unlock things. And like I said, I'm going a little bit slower than what I normally would, just because I'm trying to explain things and think of things as I go. So we'll go ahead and we'll unlock this. And we won't need to touch this one, but this is the upgrade servers, 1.5 million. It basically turns all of these black cases into, it looks almost golden when it's done. So that's something that's kind of neat. If you're really impatient and you really want to speed things along, you can just sit here and you'll generate extra people and money at the same time. Usually, I don't use this. It's just something I'm doing right now for show, but yeah. So now that we have pretty much everything else unlocked, I can go ahead and just splurge a little bit while I'm waiting. Kill some time. Let's see if I can make this happen. And there we go. See, there's that little glitch. It also throws you up there, as you can see. Did it to me. So that's just something to kind of caution in when you're doing it. Do it one step at a time, otherwise you could have stuff flying all over the map. There's this, and again, you can just select something. You have your normal boxes here, you have your normal stuff here that you can get, and as you see, I haven't even played long enough to open one up and I'm already getting close to rebirth. So that's how fast this actually is and can go. You can put people here. You've got your lasers, and it puts lasers here and at the garage doors, so you kind of have a bit of safety net there. Right here, there is a little portal. Let me get this all done. I technically could rebirth right now, but I'm going to show you guys this first. Oh, come on. Let me finish. There we go. So this little portal you can pop up after playing for 10 minutes. You go in. Basically, you climb all the way to the top. You beat it, and you can collect extra people or money. It's just your standard parkour thing. So here, we'll sit here and click this. The rocket. It's going to shoot off a rocket. And it's going to go across the map a couple of times, then it's going to come down. And I just played OG last night, and I realized that this is actually the OG map. So that's something that's kind of cool. Or it looks like it, at least, from here. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But then we go here, we rebirth, and that's how easy that is. You don't have to unlock everything else. But I'm going to go ahead and unlock everything else, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like in the end. Alright, so one thing that I was just sitting here thinking about, if you decide that you're going to play two-player with someone on the same console as you, just be wary. For some odd reason, in this one, if you die or have to go through the map and, respawn or anything like that, it can actually glitch it to where the second player is, or one of the players, or both of the players are unable to do things like unlocking the statues, selecting what you want the world in to be, and everything like that. So just keep that in mind. We've also been having issues with the health bar disappearing, in like the normal battle royale and stuff like that too. So just random glitches here and there that can happen with two-player people. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get this finished up here. Alright, well, while I'm waiting for the last little bit to tick down here, I just also wanted to show this. As you can see, for your rebirths, you can get all of these extra things that you can put on. There's only a few of them. So once you get past, I think this one was 20 rebirths. Once you get past that, you're pretty much done. So yeah. Standard sign. And this does copycat every single outfit that you have, so I think that's kind of neat. But, alright, so let's go ahead and start here on the main floor, because I don't even need this anymore. We'll go ahead and do our live event. I'm not going to rebirth yet. But if you're inside your house and you want to get to the shop fast, you just go there. And again, here's the garage. Car's actually in place this time. Alright, now one of the places that I also wanted to go was to show you this. And I realized it's a little bit more, I guess you could say it's more bronze than gold, but that's when they're fully updated. That's what they look like. Don't mind the glare off the glass there. That was kind of weird. You got little plushies. They're kind of cute. Anyways, so these are all the weapons that you get. This is a grappler bow. Then you have the mythic goldfish, torch. You have gold splash, slurpfish, and a mammoth pistol. I kind of wish we could grab things like that, but not possible. But then you go in here. This is the vault I was telling you guys about. And you have the fishing rod, which you can use to scoop people up. You've got your sideways scythe, your basic hammer, basic sword. You've got your Jules glider gun, mythic, and then you also have the Falcon Scout, which is pretty neat if you ask me. But yeah, so that's what you get when you unlock that. I went ahead and turned this off, but you guys pretty much get the gist. It protects your house. Let's go ahead and work our way up to the next floor. So here is pretty simple stuff. To unlock to this part of the sign, you need to be playing at least 30 minutes. The highest thing is 75 minutes. So, ooh, I missed one. Didn't realize I missed one. Okay. Um, this is the CEO's office, so get your party bus, your llama, and it looks like people having. Oh, well, that's okay. That's all the statues. Okay. And then we go over here. You have competitive gaming. You get these guys working on their stuff. And you've got a nice little fancy car. No, you cannot drive this one. No, it was nice, but still. Alright, so there's that floor. It's pretty simple. Again, the statues cost time. Let's get up to the next one. Here, I think this one's cute because you can actually pet this guy that you get here. And he loves you. And you get XP for it too. So yeah. You've got the silly burger and stuff there. That's just floating there. It's really not useful. The only thing that you can do much use for, I mean, if you gotta hide from somebody, you always got this possibility if you don't have a crown on your head, because that doesn't even sit on the head. You can also grab a splash from here. So if you need it, it's that simple. You have your creative area. You can kind of see the TVs. They do pretty decent. I mean, you of course have to have your distortions. And then there's even a spot where it shows, so 500 plus levels easy. You've got your event section. This is one thing that I unlocked. It's kind of creepy, but cool at the same time. And the cube is really neat. And then you have the CEO's room. You can come in here and you make a deal, and it helps you get money and people, and you can do it once every minute. So it's another thing you can do. These are the other money generators that I was telling you about. It starts off with the desk, which is like 380,000, and then it goes up, and these are like 680,000 each. So it can take a little bit of burning through to get to that point. And then these are 299k each for all of the maps. And this is, of course, the current map that we're on right now. So yeah, so we've got that going. This party bus takes 25 million people to unlock, so there's that. Alright, and then we'll get up to the top floor here. It's got different resources and everything else. This is the one thing that I'm waiting on right now. I've got 3 minutes left to do it. This jump pad does not work. I kind of wish it did. I think that'd be kind of a fun additive to the game. Just because, you know, it's right here when you're running from people and trying not to die. It'd be kind of neat to be able to fly up. But you have holographic things like the glider. It's right there. And you've got this right here. Most wanted. Okay. I'm still trying to figure out these guys' dancing style. That's just kind of a little creepy to me. But there's a dance floor here. It doesn't do anything, even if you were to dance. So it's just here for cosmetic. I think it'd be kind of neat if this was some sort of a upgraded dance floor to the one that's the AFK zone downstairs. That'd be kind of neat. But and then you have DJ Llama here. He's just jamming out the tracks. Um, so yeah, but let me see if I can get up top here. There we go. Okay. As you see, no, we don't want to rebirth. That it looked like glass up top, but as you see, it's not. So that's something also to keep in mind when you're playing this. If someone has like their grappler bow or something like that, they could easily get in your house, even with the lasers and everything else. It's just harder for them to get in and harder for them to get out, is all. And then over here, see, I've still got 15 minutes for this. This one takes forever to unlock. I think that one's actually, I want to say that one's a sword, but it's been a while since I've been on that long because of rebirthing. But you get your little rip saw and you've got your harpoon gun. And then when you open this, as you can see, I've got a lot of gifts. I'll go ahead and redeem them all so you guys can kind of see. And that's basically what you get. You get a bunch of boogie bombs. Spicy fish. And as you see, everything else disappeared. That was here. Now, the reason that happened was because there's a timer on them. I think they should extend the timer on them because, as you see, I didn't even get through the whole list. And then here's the bush. It's not really that convincing of a bush. Now, there is one thing. The bush likes to get stuck. So, say you're playing this game with other people, it's going to get annoying. Sometimes it does not do that. So then you'll have to come into here and click the respawn. And like it says, checked out early. Well, that's because I had to respawn. And of course, respawn gets rid of your crown. So if you ever needed to get rid of that crown, no, I didn't want to do that. No. Let's get rid of that. I don't want another glitch. But yeah, if you ever have to do that, that's where you go. Let's go ahead and get up here so we can unlock the rocket and yeah, have it be complete. So here we go. And that's the rocket. You have to wait 75 minutes to see a small blue rocket. Now, don't get me wrong, it's cool, it's very detailed, but I kind of wish that this was like bigger. I mean, if you've got to play a game for 75 minutes that you're trying to earn rebirths and stuff, and they want you to complete the whole game, it'd be kind of neat if it was something bigger, you know. And like I said, maybe add an actual working jump pad. That'd be kind of neat. But aside from that, I really like this world. I like being able to play here. It can be fun when you have other players and you're actually jacking around and having fun. But aside from that, it's pretty well easy, and now I can go rebirth again. And that is pretty much complete. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.